right now in our world, the one thing that people need to know is they need to get solutions to whatever crisis or problems they have in their lives. And the thing that I've learned over the years, as I came out of my own ignorance, was that we have within us the ability to heal and repair and solve all our own problems. But it did take time to read the instruction book and find out how the body works and what we need to put into the body. And I realised that really it's very simple. So we'd read the instruction books when we get a new car, we read the instructions when we get a computer, and every other things. We get a Hoover, we get a lawnmower, whatever it is, we read the instructions. If we want to learn how to drive a car, we get lessons. If we want to play an instrument, we get lessons. If we want to learn a language, we go and we get lessons. All about lessons. And the one thing that we've forgotten about is ourselves and our health, and that's the most important thing. And the great thing about it is that inside in our body we have the ability, we have a lifetime guarantee that once we learn the simple things on how to treat the body, our body has a lifetime guarantee. We won't need to go to doctors or anything like that, therapists or anything like that. Now we do need to communicate with each other, but we can seriously reduce the need for all those things. We can go to them maybe in times of emergencies. And then when we come out of the emergency, we can come back and start working by the rules again. It just means that we've come off the tracks and just means we have to come back on track again. So every so many years, all of our cells in our body can heal and repair themselves. So that's wonderful news. And it doesn't matter what age we are, we can do it at any age. I've seen people in their 80s come back and live healthy lives when they thought it was all over. And again, I'm going to talk today about the nervous system in our body, stimulations of the various nervous systems in our body. I'm going to talk about the sympathetic and the parasympathetic system. And these are two systems that really govern our health, really, the two nervous systems in many ways. So again, I get everything out of my anatomy and physiology books so that everything I say is documented and has been since science began. And the only thing is that the chemical world, they've controlled our body with chemicals, and now we have to go back to nature. That's all. So this is the way our mind works. We have our thoughts, we then have feelings. Feelings lead to emotions. Emotions lead to actions. Actions can lead to habits, and habits can lead to our life. So we can have good habits or bad habits. And this is the way our sympathetic and parasympathetic work. We have here a connection between the brain and our body. And if we feed the sympathetic, if we feed it negative things, then we will get sick. And if we feed it positive things, then we will be well. And there's a very delicate balance between these two stimuli. It is the inner environment of the body. So here we have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic, and we have to balance on them every day. And it's very important that we stay awake and pay attention to what's going on, or else we could either fall into this side. Well, we really want to stay on this side. We don't want to fall in there at all. So this particular side here is when a person sees life in a more positive way. Sun is shining, life is good, tomorrow is going to be great. And this person might be thinking, oh, nothing is ever right, and tomorrow is going to be terrible. So there could be more pessimism there. But we can, when we learn and when we become aware, we can come back into this beautiful balance and live a very happy life. I say it's all about awareness. And this again is the future of our health. We can't continue on the way we're going. And that's the wonderful thing about it, is that we are coming back. And these two nervous systems, they are worked from the brain. Our thoughts create feelings, and feelings create chemicals within the body, and these chemicals can either drive us into a pleasant experience, or they can drive us into a stressful environment. And if we're in a pleasant environment and we're having pleasant thoughts, the blood circulation is moving beautifully. Our salivary glands, we're nice and relaxed, able to sleep. Our heart is beating nicely. Our lungs are functioning normally. Our digestive system is absorbing, breaking down food and bringing it into the small intestine and absorbing it and bringing it around the body and keeping us healthy. Our skin is working perfectly. Our liver is able to help us break down food and store energy in case we ever need it. Our kidneys and our urinary system is working perfectly. Now, what happens when we have thoughts that are not very constructive? As again, that little tube there that's the brain, and that's the spinal cord. And the nerve endings then come off from the spinal cord. And what happens if there's a lot of stress? If there's prolonged stress, then other chemicals start to come into the body, and the calming chemicals are closed off and the stress chemicals come into action. And what happens there is we get very alert. So there's a lot of focus on the eyes. The heart begins to pump faster. There gets tension in the chest areas. The lungs begin to take in more oxygen because it needs it, because it feels that it's in danger. Everybody knows about the fight-flight syndrome. The body thinks it's in danger. It might be imaginary or it could be real. And here then we have the kidneys. And on top of the kidneys are the adrenal glands. And these adrenal glands manufacture the hormone adrenaline. And the liver, who normally stores energy in case of emergencies, and what the liver does is it releases energy, and the body then thinks it feels good. We can have, if it's real, then fine, we run and we come back and we relax and everything is fine. But if this is continued over a period of months or years, which it can, then the effects of the adrenaline can, after a while, begin to feel good. And when that adrenaline feels good, it can become addictive. So the person then can look for situations to bring a stress effect reaction into the body. Because to go back to the nice calm situation, calm just doesn't appeal to them anymore. And we can also have an effect where we have a yo-yo. We do go from some of these situations. We can go from relaxation over to stress, and we can go from stress over to relaxation. But if we have a long-term stress, what happens there is the adrenal glands can get tired and exhausted. And if that happens, then the body has run out of energy because it's not working on nutrients. Because why it's not working on nutrients is that while the stress is working on these areas here, it has actually shut down the digestive system. So we're not able to digest our food, assimilate our food, or move the nutrients around the body. So in this case, we have the eyes. Maybe people are not able to sleep very well. So, and the other thing is not able to produce saliva sufficiently. And the digestive system, so there can be every disease. Severe stress can contribute to nearly every disease that's known to man. Because if our digestive system isn't working properly, well, really, there's really not much that we can live on. Nervous energy is not going to keep people going for that long. And what we need to do is we need to take back our power. How do we take back our power? Well, we have to realise that what we think can lead to either a happy state or a stressful state. And we need to be able to think about things that actually add value to our lives. Or we can think of things that make us lose value in our lives. When we look or imagine at something, we can either, if we look at something or imagine something good, that's great. We can imagine good things, or we can look at good things, and we have the choice. We can choose bad things. So somebody could be sitting down watching the television, reading the paper, watching a movie. In actual fact, it could be causing them stress, but it's stress that they can do without. So again, we can choose to watch the news, or we can choose to turn it off if if it's not relevant to us. Again, who and what we listen to. We can, as I said, like the news, we can listen to good news or bad news. The thing is, there's lots of knowledge out there. There's lots of knowledge out there, but we have to seek it. We have to go and look for it. And there's a lot of, now I suppose the internet is great because there's a lot of positivity on the internet now. Television, we must remember, is an advertisement place to advertise corporations. That's where it starts. So it's not there to amuse us, or it's not there to inform us. It's there to advertise, seduce us, and mislead us in a lot of cases. Again, what we say, words are very powerful. And what have I there? We can use words to praise, or to criticise, or to condemn. So if we watch our words and we say nice things and focus on nice words, we can just catch ourselves. They can de-stress our body, keeping us over here. These things are keeping us over here in the nice calms, not creating any chemicals that bring stress into our body. Also, what we buy, we can buy things and use them on our body that actually stimulates stress chemicals because of the effect of the chemicals on the brain. So when we buy things, for us, we make sure that we buy things, we have a clean home, because a lot of the chemicals that are on the market today are neurotoxins, and they can stress the body out and knock it out of balance in a big, big way. So that's very important to reduce stress, keep us over here in a nice, happy state. Food, the foods that we eat as well, there are foods that heal and foods that kill. We look to buy food that heal. And also we supplement, because again, the importance of proper supplementation is that if there is stress in the digestive system, the great thing about the supplements that we use is that the supplements go directly into the blood. So they're actually helping to calm and neutralize the effects of stress, as well as heal and repair from a cellular level. Read again. There's plenty of knowledge out there. An awful lot of people read fiction. Fiction could be quite stressful, especially today. There's so much, books out there that are not conducive to a nice, calm read. And so we can look for books that have knowledge in them. And when they have knowledge, it's a bit like the instruction book that I showed earlier on. They can tell us something about ourselves, and they can really make life very, very exciting. Say, oh, I never knew that before. Imagine something so simple as that can make such a difference in my life. And of course, the world that's out there, the advertising world, and a lot of the corporations that are out there don't want you to know about this lovely part, this powerful, powerful nervous system. They don't want you to know, because they're continually feeding you over here, telling you you're no good, and telling you need this, and you need to buy this, and you need to buy that. And, if you're sick, you need this whole big sickness system there. They don't want you to come over here. So we now, with science, we're bringing people over here, empowering people, educating people, letting them know, supporting people as well. Also, what we drink, it's important that when we drink fluids, that have an alkaline effect on our body. Money, as far as money is concerned, also, an awful lot of people put money before their life. They go out and they maybe buy food that's cheaper because it costs less. In our house, we say our life is very, very important. So our life comes before money. We don't let money dictate to us. And again, we don't need to be wealthy in order to use our money appropriately like this. In actual fact, people need, a normal amount of money. You don't have to be a millionaire in order to, not put money before everything else. We also buy what we need. We don't buy what we want. An awful lot of people can go out and they can spend their money on things that, they come home and maybe they use it for a while and then they realise they don't want it. Or maybe they put it on a shelf and it's never used, or it just becomes a dust collector, whatever the case may be. So to be aware of what we buy, that's really, really good for the body. And I suppose the one thing that really could come before everything else is that people who are calm over stressful situations in the world believe that there is a creator at hand, and that the creator is silently working in our lives to help us, and trust in that intelligence. So when we believe in a creator, we have a far better opportunity to be healthy. Whereas if we don't, we think, oh, the economy is crashing, the health system is crashing, that man-made things, or factories, jobs are closing down. Well, when you believe in a creator, I think you say, okay, these things are happening, but it's not the end of the world. Let's come back and see what really is happening. So if something bad is happening in the economy, can be 100% sure that there's a creator working and something good is happening. And when we look for the good things, we'll find it. So as I say, reading the instruction book, learning how our body works, realising that we have two people inside us, basically. And there's a delicate balance between the two. But this is where, an awful lot of people have classes, awareness classes, mindfulness classes, meditation classes. It's just to calm the mind down and begin to let the body think. Because when you calm the mind down and let the body think, good thoughts will come in. Because good thoughts are coming in all the time. Because we've got so many stress in our life, we keep blocking these good thoughts. So relaxation and meditation and all of that, just calm the body, is good. And again, we can go on the internet, and there's a lot of beautiful music or nature sounds that can help us to de-stress over here. So down at the bottom on the link below, I will show that, where we do our shopping and, the little things that I've told you about. There are things that you can do, the reading and all of that, and how we speak and what we look at and everything else. But if we want to take supplements or eliminate stressful toxins from our home, then I'll put the link below. And if you want to look it up, certainly you can. And if you want support or help, that's what we're here for. We're here to help and support.